Hello everyone, this is Dr. Moriarty again, and this time I'm going to be expanding my gravity code to begin work on Geometry Dash. So by the end of the video, you should be able to have some code that looks like this. Notice collision is not working yet, but we do have a series of triangles coming towards us, and it will be very easy to expand it to have other shapes and things on the ceiling, which I will explain in a later video. Alright, so let's get started. So the first thing I want to show is this two-dimensional array that I've set up above main, so it is global, meaning everybody, every function, even outside of main, can see it and use it. It's much longer than the screen when I display it. You're only going to get the first couple. These ones down here represent those triangles. And what happens is I have a scrolling mechanism happening in the timer section of my game loop that scrolls through it and then also repeats. So just to show what that looks like, this is the only place where I'm going to have 4 triangles in a row. So this will give you an idea as to how quickly you will go through the map. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's the end of it. And you'll see that I have it set up actually just a loop. So this is the beginning again right there. Okay. So it's just a 10 by 100. You can alter these dimensions based on the size of your game screen. I've adjusted my game screen so it's short but long, and you can have that be any way you want it to be. The variables look about the same from my gravity code with the addition of this variable called map offset, and I have it set at -1000 because the scrolling is actually adding to this offset. So I actually start the game I start the map off of the game screen and it scrolls in and then slides by. So you can set that. You don't have to have it be off the screen when it starts like that. You can have it right away begin if you want. Okay, here's the actual scrolling process. So this offset, every time we go through the timer tick in our game loop, we are adding 5 pixels to the map offset. This is what makes it scroll. So if you make this number smaller, it's going to scroll a lot slower. And then obviously if you make it faster, it'll go way faster. I don't think I want to go much faster than 5 because when I put collision in, I was actually having a hard time getting through it at 5, so it'd probably be worse. This part right here, these 2 lines, actually are what loop it. So as soon as I get past the 100th square, and it's times 30 because I've the way I've scaled it in my render section, it's each of these things are 30. Once I've gotten past the the 100th column, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to loop it over again, but again have it start off the screen. Okay. And then down here, I have changed my, I originally had it drawing rectangles, but Geometry Dash has primarily triangles, so I did that. We'll probably add some more rectangles in for platforms in the next video or two, but at the moment I'm just starting with triangles. So let me talk a little bit about the math here. So this is what gets it to actually move, because this variable, as you know, is ticking upwards every game loop. So if I'm having this being subtracted from my position, it's actually, that's what makes it scroll over to the left. Because remember, going to the left is decreasing your number. That's why I'm subtracting it here. So if you want your map to stay stable without the scrolling, you take off this minus offset. So anywhere you see, and remember, triangles have 3 points. Rectangles, which we're a little bit more used to, just has the top left corner and the bottom right corner. While with this triangle, we have, I think this is like the bottom left, and then this is the bottom right, And then here where you see me adding and subtracting 15, it actually should be, no, it should be 15 because these are 30 across. That's the middle point. So I'm going halfway between them, and I'm also going up. So yeah. So this is a really short video because it's actually quite easy to set up. This is why we did the map this way in Pac-Man, is because it's so dang easy to get a lot of information on your screen and update it really quickly. I mean, not that you'd ever have triangles floating in the air like this, but you just, oops, we'll put shoes in next time. But I mean, in an instant, you can update your map. So that's the beauty of a two-dimensional array holding your data. All right, so really short video on this one. But you probably want a bit of time to really think about what your map is going to look like. I do have a legend up here. You can probably actually figure this out. Hopefully, you can figure this out without me showing it. But if you really do need help, you can wait for the next video. But if you have a chance, definitely try to make your map a little bit snazzier than mine. You could even start adding like some outlines or some different colored triangles. You can raise and lower the height. You just have more if statements in your render section to draw that. But I will go over that at a later video if you are stuck on that. All right, best of luck.